When I was in 5th grade, I learned one of the most valuable lessons in my entire life. In 5th grade, we went to a school camp. Now, being in Seattle, Washington, on the west coast of the United States, we went to a camp called Camp Seymour on the Pacific Ocean in mid-February. It was cold. Basically, the way the camp worked was we each had a cabin with about 10 of our friends, our classmates. And there was about 2 parents in each cabin kind of acting as a chaperone and just making sure all the kids were okay. And now, the camp was enjoyable. We did things like archery and just what you do on camp, but the craziest thing happened on the last day. And it was something that was talked about around town, around the classroom for months leading up to it. That on the last day at 5 a.m. at the crack of dawn in mid-February, bro. Mid-February. Probably 30 degrees outside. Some people, at least those who were tough enough, would jump into the Pacific Ocean at 5 a.m., pitch black, 40-degree water. And that was an event that all my boys and I were talking about at the time. We're like, damn, this is going to be insane. Are we going to do this? And some of us were like, nah, I'm just going to sleep. I'm not going to do it. But me, and I'd say 15 other boys started on the journey. So at 4 a.m. when our alarms rang, we got ready. We had brushed our teeth and we just started walking to it. And it was freezing. The wind was howling. The water was black. It was not something that you wanted to do. And as we slowly went to the dock, we saw the look in each other's eyes that we didn't want to do this. And I think 2 or 3 guys turned around. But I just kept walking because I had one of my close friends with me. We just kept walking towards the water onto the dock. And it was cold. It was really, really cold. And so we're all standing there on the edge of the dock, all in our swim trunks, shirts off, looking at that cold, murky, black water, not wanting to jump in, wanting to go back to bed. But one of our parents started counting down from 10. And as he got to 5, 4, I felt the nerve, I felt the fear inside of me that this is going to be super bad. He said 3, 2, 1, and I jumped in. And immediately, I kid you not, immediately when any part of my body touched the water, I got numb. In fact, I got so numb that when I got out of the water, I was struggling. I couldn't even get up the ladder. And when I got onto the dock, I slipped because my whole body was literally numb. My whole body was literally numb. And I knew that would happen when I looked at the water. But it taught me one of the most valuable lessons of my entire young life. That although you may think so, the cold water does not get warmer the longer you wait. And for a lot of us, we spend our entire lives waiting for the perfect moment for the water to get slightly warmer so we can finally go into it. And most people never do it. And those people who do it, and they do it later, they then wish they would have done it right when they even had that chance, that opportunity to do it for the first time. So I'm not saying that was an event that really shaped my life, but I really think that shaped my life in more ways than I can remember, because that was the first time I was exposed to literal hell. Literally something that I knew would be very uncomfortable, but I stuck through and did it. And after that, we went to the showers, had warm water, hot cocoa, and got breakfast. And all the boys were feeling good. That was me on cold plunges before any sort of social media was on it. That just developed a sense of that I can conquer anything. Because at 12 years old, I was a soccer player. I was really skinny, bro. Probably 100 pounds and 5 feet tall. Just a stick. And I decided to jump in the water that day. And it taught me that it's not going to get warmer. But the sooner you do it, the better off, because you'll have that thing behind you and you'll have the confidence because you know that you're able and capable to do something like that. And so I think about that sometimes. I was thinking about that the other day when I was coming home from the gym, and in this little situation in my life right now, it's I don't exactly know where the road is leading to, but I also know that I've been doing strong things along my whole life, and that I've done things that are probably not going to be as tough as that moment, and things in my future that are going to be presented my way. They're probably going to be tough, but they're probably not going to be that tough, especially at 12 years old, doing something like that. And so if you're facing right now that situation, brother, where you're on the edge of the dock and you're looking into that water and you want to jump in the water because you know that it's going to be the right thing for you, I'm encouraging you to just say F it and jump. Because you may think you have a lot to lose, but in reality, what do you really have to lose? You have everything to gain. There's a post-it note on my desk that says everything to gain and nothing to lose. Because yeah, you might lose a friend or two, or maybe I don't know, little thing will happen, but you literally have everything to gain. And sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit of something to be able to gain something else, something greater. And so, yeah, I was just thinking about that. That was a crazy moment in my life. The cold water's not going to get warmer. Jump in now. Because if you don't jump in right now, you're going to spend the rest of your life wishing you jumped in at that exact moment. So, what are you going to do?